Hello and welcome back to my course on enhancing soft skills and personality. We are still in the second week, we are in the middle of the week, and we are today going to deal with the fourth unit, and this is on the whole lesson number 9. In this lesson, I will be talking about handling delay, the second part of handling delay, and particularly I will focus on overcoming procrastination. To begin with, let us take a quick look at what we did in the previous lesson. In the previous one, I dealt with procrastination and discussed how we can understand why we procrastinate. Why do we procrastinate? And then I started with discussing the simple law from Parkinson, which is popularly called as Parkinson's law, which states that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. So, this means that if you are given an unlimited deadline, if you are given an untime specified deadline, you will never finish the work. So, this is a human tendency. So, inherently we all have a tendency to postpone, and then it is a kind of habit that we have developed in terms of delaying things. But I also told you that it sort of tells you the gap between what should be done and what actually gets done. What is expected from you in terms of delivering and what you actually deliver, that indicates how much you procrastinate. What will procrastination do to you? So, it can lead to unused opportunities, it can make you give very poor performance, and at the end of it, it will result in giving you stress and leaving you with a sense of regret. However, if you could handle it, it makes you feel very cool, comfortable, peaceful with you, and you are happy that you are able to take control of your life and you are able to find a direction in your life, and you feel that you are not moving like a rudderless boat, but you are on some direction, some way to fulfill your objectives, and that always makes you feel cheerful and happy. So, that is why it is important that I discussed in the last lesson that you should learn how to handle procrastination. And then in order to understand procrastination, we looked at the reasons for procrastination. Some of the most important reasons that I discussed were such as the fear of the unknown. We are always afraid of something that is mysterious, combined with some kind of negative thinking that that unknown is always bad. So, how will I start something if I am not sure of what I am going to do? Combined with this is this lack of self-confidence. How can I actually do something when I do not know how it is going to end? Coupled with low performance, and then this fear that is, if I do not perform well, if I do it badly, if I make that mistake, will not people make fun of me? Will not they laugh at me? Will I not be rejected by her if I do not do this by this time? And the overall negative thinking, instead of making you do it much better, it actually compels you not even to take any action. I also told you in a light-hearted manner that even laziness is a very important component of procrastination. We talked about Newton's law with regard to inertia, that when even human beings as a body, if it remains in the state of inertia, it would like to continue with the same state. And on the other hand, if you are in a state of motion, you always tend to continue with that kind of motion. Apart from these reasons for procrastination, I also discussed that even a perfectionist would try to procrastinate because he always would like to know the end results, he always would like to wait for the most important resources to come up, the best stroke, the best skill. So, this can also delay things. Addiction to all kinds of things, all sorts of addictions can also delay things, and the simple childish wishful thinking that by delay I can avoid certain things. If I delay this, I think the problem will disappear and I do not have to worry much about it. And there is also this overwhelmed feeling by looking at the enormity of the task, owing to which people tend to get distracted and they lack focus. I also said you should try to check whether you suffer from Peter Pan syndrome. So, Peter Pan from Barry's famous character, who actually has this child mindset inside, and he behaves, feels things, acts just like a child, but although he could grow into an adult body. So, we generally use this syndrome to indicate those people who are emotionally immature or socially immature, and then they try to shirk responsibility or they try to feel irresponsible towards some of the roles they are supposed to fulfill. Now, ask whether you suffer from these things, but ultimately I try to end up by giving you the concluding thought that work delayed is actually work denied. I used to illustrate this by telling you the story from Leo Tolstoy, uh, the story that God sees the truth but waits, and the moral there was justice delayed means justice denied. So, I left you with a caution that you should not delay your work so that you deny so much of developing yourself, enhancing yourself, developing your soft skills, developing some kind of life enhancement in your entire career, which all gets stopped, denied, deprived to you just because you develop this tendency of procrastination. And last but not least, I ended up with a favorite quote of mine by saying that or by giving you this thought that don't fear commitment, okay, take responsibility, do the work, but at the same time what you should fear is wasting of time in the name of commitment. And as I said, you need to learn to say no, and the next lesson we are going to see how you can do that. But in this lesson, let us see how we can take the bull by the horns, how can we handle and overcome this procrastination. Now, basically if you look at whatever I said in the previous lesson, you understand that it amounts to saying you don't like to do something because you are afraid to do, you think it is too big to do, you are lazy to do, and for all these reasons you won't do. You won't take any action at all, you won't do it. So, the big question is the enormity of the work that is standing before you, that you don't like, that you are afraid, that you think it is big and you are lazy. And to ask it in another manner, the question is, how do you eat an elephant? This is used as a very funny puzzle. It is asked in a very jovial manner. Seriously also, how do you eat an elephant? Something as big as an elephant, how do you eat it? And the simple answer is bite by bite. Okay. One bite after another bite, you will be able to eat an elephant. If you think of eating the whole elephant, putting that in your small mouth, it is impossible. But if you could break that into pieces, and then if you are able to take a small bite, chew it, and then take the next bite. So, bite by bite you will be able to eat an elephant. But obviously, this is a metaphor to tell you that bit by bit you will be able to undergo a task that appears to be Himalayan, that appears to be something that is Herculean, but you will be able to handle it if you are able to take it bit by bit. So, this is the first step and the first tip that I want to give you in terms of overcoming procrastination. Any enormous task, anything that you are delaying, anything that you are postponing, break it into pieces. Let it be like an elephant, just you break that into pieces. Let it be like Mount Himalayas, just break that into pieces. Just break that big chunk of thing into manageable small pieces, manageable small activities, manageable small tasks. Now, if you are a perfectionist and then you are always holding yourself to do something and then you think that unless the mistakes are overcome, you will never initiate this action, understand this small principle in life that no one is perfect. Anybody, even something that you worship as idol, we hear the proverb that the idols, even they have their feet of clay. Okay. So, everybody, even the great immortal characters created by Shakespeare like Julius Caesar or Hamlet, they are all larger than life characters, but they all had one tiny flaw, hamartia, that led to their tragic death, okay, terrible come down in their life. So, understand that if it is so difficult even for something who is so gigantic, so larger than life to live a perfect life. So, where are you? So, accept that no one is perfect and don't be afraid to make small mistakes. So, once you say even by making small mistakes I will start the task and make adjustments, fine tune as you go by, not when you fine tune everything and then you start. Okay. In that case you may not even start, that is the concern. And as you go, be open minded, be receptive to ideas, that is the most important thing. So, do not have that fixed mindset when you start a work, have that growth mindset which we discussed in the previous week. Keep learning from your small mistakes. We should be able to honor our mistakes and then we should be able to learn from the mistakes, because without making mistakes, without failures, there is no success. But once you start learning from the small mistakes and go with the attitude that even with the small mistakes, come what may, I will commence action and I will start doing this work, delay will disappear soon. Initially, it looked like a huge Himalayan mountain, and very soon once you start taking action, it disappears like dew when the sun arrives. And conversely, if you do not take immediate action, a task that appeared just like a dew, a tiny drop of dew, will very slowly, gradually turn into a very big mountain like the Himalayas. So, keep this in mind, break it into pieces, do not be afraid of making mistakes, take one step at a time, learn from the baby. I keep telling this for so many things, learn from the baby, and in this case learn from the baby that is never afraid of taking its first step. If the baby ever thought that by just getting up and taking that first step, I will fall down, I may break my hand, I may break my teeth, I may get fracture in my foot. Now, if the baby ever thought that it would make a mistake in walking, taking the first baby step, it would never walk. All of us, I won't be standing before you if as a baby I thought that I will not be able to take that first step. So, the first important point, break it into pieces, and the second one, do the difficult first. That is, having broken your enormous task into manageable small activities, identify the most difficult part and try to do the most difficult part first. In the time management lesson, we discussed about how to prioritize. Okay. So, you keep the high value activity on the top. Now, most of the high value activities are likely to be the most difficult, at least also to start with, and they are like medicines, like we need to take them, but we do not want to take them. Okay. And sometimes they are very bitter and we do not want to do that. To tackle it, Brian Tracy gives a very brilliant metaphor. He says that eat that frog. So, this unpleasant activity, which is very important that it gets done, so he calls that as frog. So, look at a frog. So, for many people it looks very ugly, very repulsive. Can you actually put that in your mouth and swallow? You will feel, oh no, I feel repulsive. I can't even touch it. No, that is the way you feel about some work, that you don't want to do it. Now, Brian Tracy says that eat that frog, identify that frog, eat it first. Now, once you do that, you will find that you gain so much strength, and then you are able to do so many things very easily than what you thought before. Where did you get the strength? By eating that frog. There are other terms used by other writers and other management gurus. There are people who use the term veggie or vegetable instead of the frog. What is meant by this is, they say eat that vegetable. Like for instance, you know that eating carrot is good for your health. But generally, even small kid, when the mother gives, the kid will keep running away, escaping, avoiding, but would prefer a chocolate than a carrot. So, eat that veggie, that will give you strength, that will keep you very energetic. So, eat that one first. So, eat that frog, eat that veggie. However unpleasant the task may be, do that first, and that is the one that will actually give you so much strength that you have done the difficult one first. Now, the third one, when you do this, still you may find it difficult to initiate action, and at that time use this Kaizen principle. Kaizen is a Japanese principle. Just it amounts to small but incremental change. Now, simply it is also termed as 1 minute principle. At the end of the lecture, I have given you one link where you can actually go and read more about using this principle to overcome your laziness in general. But in terms of this 1 minute principle, it is about overcoming your laziness, and it is about overcoming procrastination and to use it for self improvement. What does it amount to? Just practice doing something for 1 minute each day at the same time. For instance, you like to watch TV, but you don't want to read newspaper, you don't want to read a book, you don't want to read at all, you don't want to develop that reading habit. Apparently, but inside your heart, inside your mind, something is telling you that unless you develop this reading habit, you cannot improve yourself. So, on the one hand, your habit says, oh, I will rather watch TV, but inside your conscience is telling you that develop reading habit. How do you use Kaizen principle? You just decide that morning at 8 a.m. when I take a walk or when I do something else, I will just take 1 minute, 8 to 8 1, just 60 seconds of each day to read whatever is possible within that 1 minute. Now, when you start it, initially you end it up in 1 minute, you go on with 1 minute, and slowly, maybe after the 5th day, 6th day, if you feel that you can still go ahead and you are curious to know what is happening next. So, go with the 2nd minute, 3rd minute, 4th minute, 5th minute, 10th minute, and then it develops as 1 hour, 3 hours, and then you become a very avid reader, and you start reading books at one sitting, 3 hours, 5 hours, continuously you can sit and finish it. So, something that starts at a trickle, a very small drop, moves as a river and falls like a huge waterfall. So that is the power of this Kaizen principle. Initially, 1 minute, force yourself to do something that you actually hate, don't like to do it at all. This, in case of overcoming procrastination, I suggest that do it with regard to something that you keep on postponing. Decide that at least 1 minute you will do that, and one tiny part of it you will do it. Now, slowly that 1 minute will become 10 minutes, and then it will absorb you. Brian Tracy and others also point out one important aspect of this flow, keeping a body in motion. What is this flow? He says that once, like actually I am saying, I am tempting you to start something for 1 minute, but I know for sure that it's very difficult for you to end it in 1 minute. Even on the first day, you will just go for one more minute. In some cases, you will even go for 5 minutes, and you will decide that instead of 1 minute, you will go for 10 minutes each day, and the 10 minute will keep on increasing. But what Brian Tracy says is this aspect of flow, the flow of energy, the flow of thinking, the flow of our work. So once we start something, so the initial stage is difficult, and then as we move on, we get into a flow, and then at that flow, we'll be able to do 10 things easily than before when we thought that even one thing was so difficult. So Brian Tracy insists that get into that flow, and to get into the flow, if you find starting difficult, use Kaizen principle. If you ask an athlete, if you ask people who are going for marathon, they will tell you that it's the first step, that reaching the stadium or going to the field for taking a small walk, that is the most difficult. But once you habituate yourself to go for that walk at that particular time, then taking that first jogging step happens to be the difficult one. And once you are able to manage one jogging round in the stadium, you know that you can go for the second one. And once you go up to 5, you realize that you are in a flow. You can even go more rounds depending on your stamina. So getting into that flow, so that's a very important one, and use Kaizen principle to get into that flow. Now, once you get into the flow, it's very important that you create a positive environment to work. This is something that I've been telling in various lessons before, but once again, just to reinforce what I've been telling, unclutter the workspace. If on your table where you are working, so many things are lying around, the 2-3 coffee cups, and then pens, pencil thrown around, so many books, even dress, and then all unwanted things on your table, and there is no space to even write a small thing. Unclutter the workspace, keep the table clean, and keep only the work to do on the table. Very, very, very great people and peak achievers. From our own side, it's even people like Abdul Kalam. So they were all known for keeping the table very clean, and then only keeping one paper, one file, one pending job, or one work to do on the table. So when you keep it, the mind is able to focus, and then it's able to work on it immediately, and you finish it and then take it to the other side, file it, take the next work to do, keep it on the table. Now, how to keep the table clean? Sometimes it's not possible that you keep it all the time clean. Sometimes you are too busy to do it, and then things slowly start piling up. So that is the time you need to tell yourself that you need to organize your workspace regularly before beginning, and that is what successful managers of their table have done it. As soon as they come to work, they will spend 5 to 10 minutes to quickly tidy up things around. And after ending, so daily at least twice, if you do that, especially when you could do it at the end, before you close your office, before you go to bed, if you can clean the table, and then morning when you get up and you want to do something, the table is clean and fresh, and then you can do the work to do, and then you'll be able to focus on it without any distraction and you can get it finished. But don't waste time straightening and cleaning when you should be working toward the objective. So, when you have to do the work, that is not the time that you should feel, oh, this is too untidy, I will start cleaning it. No. Eat the frog first and then eat that veggie, and after that if you want to do cleaning, you do it, but this is not priority. But although it appears to be a slightly trivial thing, this is very important also. A clean table indicates an open mind, and as Robert Schuller and others have pointed out, the mind is like a parachute. So, it functions only when it is open. So, as you keep it open, the mind will be very active and it will be able to accomplish a task at much less time and more efficiently than you thought before. The next point I want to emphasize on is that you should set goals that you want. Of course, you may ask, like, I didn't want to do this for my boss, but even this case, there will be certain goals that you would still like to do. Okay, so you tell your boss that this part of it you can do. Can he delegate certain things to somebody else? Why? Because most of your inaction, most of the times when you procrastinate, it may be due to a very uninspiring goal. You don't feel challenged, so you feel very uninspired. So, when you do something, ask the very basic question, do you want this goal? Is it going to really fulfill you? Is it going to be soul nourishing? And if your answer is wholehearted no, that means that this isn't a goal to pursue in the first place. What should you do then? You should identify the goals that really inspire you. And once you know that these are the goals that will really inspire you, and ask questions like, why you want to do this? The point I am trying to make is, find out why you want the goal. Why? Because understanding why you want the goal will help you get clear of your inner motivations. That will connect you with the innermost self. And that if you can touch it, and that if you can motivate, synchronize with your goal, then no procrastination will happen in your life. So, what you should do is that write down as many answers as possible. You can ask why I want to do this, why I don't want to do this, write the pros and cons, and then see whether you are getting more answers for why you should do this. Even a simple thing like reducing weight, you keep asking, do you want to reduce weight, for what are the reasons, and by not doing, what are you going to gain? But obviously you will know that the reason for reducing weight is going to have more valid reasons that will try to compel you to taking that activity. So, unless and until you feel a strong drive and motivation, by asking too many questions as why you want to do this, don't do that work at all, okay. Which means that that work may not be relevant to you, and that will keep on postponing, that will make you feel somebody like a chronic procrastinator. So, find out, and if you can actually just remove that work, request somebody to do that for you, even pay someone to get that done for you. So, that is going to help you. But focus on the goals that you can actually do, although it is looking to be very enormous. To do that, you identify that, and knowing why you are going to do that work will make you work anyhow. So, you will do that somehow or other, as long as you know why you want that goal. The next step is that you declare your goal. So, you proclaim it. You tell your friends, look, I am going to reduce my weight in the next 6 months. Tell your friends that I am going to finish this novel in the next 2 years. So, I am going to achieve this target if you are in a company, that by this time I am going to break a record by achieving this target. Tell this, declare this, tell your boss, tell your teacher, tell your friends, tell your relatives. Okay. So, apart from declaring that share your goal with others, find like-minded people to work with your goal. So there are so many people, so they also want to do similar things like you. Join them, form a group, so you will form a kind of synergetic environment. People will start motivating each other. However, don't stress yourself. Don't put lot of pressure on you to do it quickly and efficiently. So give contingency that there may be slight delay than what you expected. You thought it will be over in 6 months, but it's taking 7 months. Doesn't matter. This is far better than not having started it at all. But if you put lot of stress and pressure on you, what will happen is that you may get burnt out and go back to your old procrastination habit. That is dangerous. Now, some more quick steps to overcome procrastination: keep records of successful work or projects. If you accomplish something out of great difficulty, like if you reduced your weight from 160 kilos to just 60 kilos, so make videos, take pictures, so keep all kinds of uh, things that you will remember forever, keep them recorded in whatever manner possible. And even if a project is completed and if you won a special meritorious certificate for that, frame it, put it in a prominent place that you can see all the time, and that can motivate you to take much and much tough work and more difficult and challenging jobs which you never thought you can do before. And as you progress, if you think that something is difficult, turn those difficult tasks into games. When you approach something with the playful nature of a sportsman, or even you break some activities like a game, and then you even involve some team, and then you say that, oh, this is like a game, so this is the rule, and then we will do like this, and then each one will be doing this. So and then add lot of fun in between, so that will also make you break the monotony and get rid of this procrastination pattern. But having done all these things, you should not forget to treat yourself. For every successful accomplishment, so you should treat yourself. So if you deprive you of, let's say, ice cream when you are trying to reduce your weight, but having reduced about 20 kgs, so give a good treat. So eat that favorite ice cream, whatever you were denying for quite some time. So every time when you treat yourself, when you actually reward yourself, so your inner self will thank you for the reward, and it will keep a record that, okay, if I do good things, if I break this procrastination, I am getting rewarded. So I'll keep on breaking this procrastination. At the same time, I want to tell you that you can also do positive procrastination. Don't get confused. On the one hand, I am saying that don't procrastination. Don't do procrastination. On the other hand, I am saying that you can do positive procrastination. What do I mean by this? You can procrastinate with some knowledge in a positive manner, so that, for example, this work, this frog is really looking too enormous and big and too unpleasant, and whatever you do, even you follow this Kaizen method and all that, you are not able to force yourself to do that. Now, positive procrastination, you slightly delay doing this and take the second, third, fourth in the priority list, and then you do it. Now, you will find that your mind will start working and doing the trivial work very fast. When you slightly tell you that, okay, I am procrastinating this consciously, but I am just going to do something else. Now, once you do 5 jobs at one go at the cost of this one, and then slowly you will gain some kind of momentum, and you feel that, oh, now I can do this also. So, positive procrastination, that it's like you trade off within yourself that I will not do this, but I will do something else and then come back. But while doing this, you also admit procrastination and accept it as a human nature, that you acknowledge, you accept it. Yeah, I will procrastinate, but I know why I am doing this. And then be good to yourself by removing the anxiety of procrastination. In some cases, people use fatigue or illness as an escape, but don't do that. Acknowledge small victories on the way. When you are doing something and then you are able to achieve something very small, you acknowledge it, and as I said before, treat yourself for that. Occasionally procrastinate with a clear conscience. That is what I said at the beginning, that give a trade off. Clearly you procrastinate one important activity, but by trading off that you will do 5 other irrelevant activities and then come back to this. But break any procrastination pattern consciously. In case you start developing this as a pattern, in case your mind develops a kind of patterning in procrastination, then you have to break it. So that you should not let it happen. Overall, as a concluding thought, the most important thing is to do it, just do it, because you need to implement your plan for overcoming procrastination, and not only you need to implement, but you need to be committed to your plan. As one picture from the internet tells you, just do it. If it is important to you, you will find a way. If not, you will find an excuse. If you start something, finish it. This is very important. If you go back to some of the lessons we did before, I would say that remember Zeigarnik effect, and in module 5 of the 3rd week, lecture number 17 in the previous developing soft skills and personality, if you want to go back, take a quick look. Otherwise, just I have summed up what I meant by using Zeigarnik effect for productivity, and you can use that for killing procrastination, beating procrastination. What is this Zeigarnik effect? For those who have not learnt about it so far, it simply says that any unfinished activity will give you some anxiety. Okay, a lot of scientific thinking goes behind this. They have understood that the functioning of brain itself is like that. If you start something, you have to finish it. If you don't finish it, it will give you anxiety. So it's very important to focus on an activity and stick to it till its completion. And even if you don't do it, mind will keep on going back to it. Even if you leave it after a year, even after 5 years, 10 years, mind will keep going back to that. And then as it goes back to it, so what it is doing is that it is just piling up in your mind. So unused tasks will use large amount of mental resources by occupying the premium space in your mind, and they refuse to go until you go back and finish it. So I was telling you that it's interesting to note that this is how people get addicted to video games or watching teleserials, because they always want to see what next, what next, what next, and anything unfinished they want to see how will it finish, and that is how mega serials are being run. So till people want to see what is the next day, what is the next day, what next. Okay. But use Zeigarnik effect, think about it, and then use it for productivity, use it for beating procrastination. How? You just realize that it is just the starting trouble. Okay. Use Kaizen and then start it, but once you start somehow, you will finish it anyhow. Your mind will keep on telling you finish it, and then be aware of it. So escaping that is going to give you anxiety. Running away from any started work is not going to leave you just there, it is going to bring you back. So once you start it, finish it, and keep remembering Zeigarnik effect, that it is not going to leave you. Your mind will keep on telling you to come back. So keep that in mind. And then I found one interesting chart from the net, which you can always use to ask yourself every day. This is like from a procrastinator to a kind of person who has accomplished successfully. So you start with I won't do it, I can't do it, I want to do it. So, that is the time you move from procrastination to action. Okay. Your ability to act on something and put that into motion. Then you ask, how do I do it? I'll try to do it. I can do it. I will do it. And the last stage, yes, I did it. So, you keep asking, which step have you reached today? And in a day, there will be so many, yes, I did it and I won't do it. It will keep tossing in your mind, but you need to resolve it quickly and you need to always push yourself to, yes, I did it. As I conclude this lesson, as usual, I would like to conclude with some motivating quotes. Two famous eminent personalities, one Benjamin Franklin and Abraham Lincoln, both have talked about how you can use time efficiently and stop procrastination. Look at what Franklin has to say. He says, you may delay, but time will not. Time will not stop for you. You will delay, but time will keep moving on. And lost time is never found again. You lose it, it's gone forever. You regret forever. So that's why they say, like, you have to beat the iron when it is hot. If you miss it forever. And as Lincoln says, things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. This says that the early birds will always catch the worms, but only something that is thrown out, something that is missed, some tiny worms, okay, some which the early birds didn't want to catch. So, those leftovers are the ones that the procrastinators will catch. So, do you want to get caught in this kind of trap? Obviously, I know that you don't want to do that. So, use all these suggestions, tips, implement it, resolve, and at the end of this lecture, if you are delaying writing something, doing something, do it. And only then the lecture that I am giving you will become very meaningful and effective. Like in the last lesson, I just continue with the must read books from Brian Tracy and then Ken Ziegler. But apart from that, as I said, I have given you the link for this Kaizen for overcoming your laziness. Take a look at that article, it's fun to read. With this note, I would like to conclude this lecture and thank you so much for watching this video. I'll come back to you with a new lesson on how to say no. Right now, thank you.